The topic is, why should I pay for somebody's course or ebook or lessons when I can just learn for free on YouTube, right? It's a valid question, and quite honestly, I think my answer might surprise some of you as someone who does that for a living. So it's very easy nowadays, pretty much, to learn anything you want for free. This is legit YouTube, despite some of the censorship issues that I don't agree with. YouTube is an amazing resource. You can learn anything you want completely free. You might have to watch some people's ads, but it's okay if you watch the ads, because then people like me make a little bit of money from that. So you can learn anything you want for free. And when I was starting out in acrobatics, in a lot of things, I didn't have that resource. I had to figure things out on my own. So it's an amazing resource. Here's the issue with learning from YouTube is, number one, you have to be pretty motivated and driven. You have to actually do research. You have to actually watch a lot of different videos, go through different people's teaching styles, sift through their clickbait and bullshit, see what the common themes are, go out and try it, apply that for yourself, make mistakes, go and watch the same videos again after getting a better understanding of what you're trying to do, watch different, more advanced videos. The saga continues, right? So yeah, it doesn't cost you any money, but it does cost you a lot of time and energy. And quite honestly, I've worked with a lot of people over the last 15 years, and not everyone has that kind of motivation to be able to do that, to be able to research something. I mean, even still, I get countless questions where my response is, hey, I made a YouTube video on this, go watch it, and that's going to answer a lot of questions, because it takes work. It takes work to do research and to apply all of that. So that's kind of the negative of YouTube. The other negative of YouTube and training on your own is that no matter how good the videos are, there's always going to be a miscommunication, because not only are my words going through this electronic medium, right, they're being converted into ones and zeros and then back into light and digital sound, but I'm trying to anticipate people's mistakes as much as I can when I make this video, but a lot of the time they're going to make those mistakes anyway. So that's the issue with learning from YouTube, is that there's a good chance you're going to build some mistakes, possibly build some bad habits, just because out of ignorance, because you're not aware that they're mistakes. And even if somebody mentioned it on a YouTube video, you may not have that awareness yet to be able to catch it. And you might continue for many years training those same mistakes because you learned from YouTube, right? So that's the trade-off. Yeah, the information's free, but it takes work. It takes a lot of work and motivation. So the next level up from that is buying somebody's course or ebook. I sell courses and ebooks, and to those of you who have bought one and helped support me financially and help pay my bills, I greatly appreciate that. Just know that every single one of you is appreciated. You don't have to do that. I put out a lot of free information because there was a time in my life where I was strapped for cash and I couldn't afford people's courses or seminars, and I wanted to learn what I could, and I learned from a lot of free resources. So I understand that, and that's why I want to put those free resources out there. So what's the benefit of the course versus for free? It's not the information. The information is out there. Quite honestly, there's no unique information anymore. Yeah, a lot of people are going to try to sell you this top secret, never before seen, this is the top secret program, it's going to get you the skill that you want faster. I just need your email address, bro. I just need your email so I can bother you. Yeah, there's a lot of that shit going around. There is nothing secret anymore. All the information is out there. You can find it, but some of it you have to do a little bit of work to look for. So what's the benefit of paying for a course? It's usually the organization, the convenience of the information. Like, for example, right, my ebook, it's got all the information in one place. Then I have videos associated with that ebook. It's all in one place. You don't have to go through, because my YouTube, I don't sort that shit out. That's for you. I make the videos, man. I don't sort them. So the paid content is better organized, it's easier to access the information, and on top of that, you're supporting someone who put in effort to provide that information. So I've bought a lot of people's ebooks, maybe read through them once, and then kind of didn't look back at them, but I didn't feel bad about that at all, because a lot of times I'm buying somebody's ebook, right? When I was going through my neurological focal dystonia rehab last year, there was one guy who I watched a lot of his YouTube videos, and he was an amazing resource. And I went to his website and I said, oh, this guy's got a couple ebooks. I'm going to buy his ebooks just because his videos really helped me at a time that I needed it. And I would like to support him, and $20 for an ebook, it's nothing. And I'm happy to support this guy because he's legitimately trying to help people with this same condition. So sometimes you want to support people. Sometimes it is exclusive content, right? Like I do have content that's paid that I don't have out for free, and I have more coming. It's not that the information is exclusive, it's just that I put a lot of effort into making that content. So it's nice to know that I can help pay the bills with it, because my YouTube doesn't pay the bills. And then, it's just that organization. You have everything in one place. So if you're buying somebody's course, it's to support that teacher, which is good to do, right? If you learn from somebody and you're cheap and you never want to understand that, the people that do this, most of us, I'm not rich, right? I'm not cruising around in my Lambo. We're just trying to pay bills like everybody else. And when you buy our courses and help support us, then that keeps us from having to get regular jobs, and it allows us to continue producing content and interacting with people and helping them. The drawback, it's going to cost money. It's up to you, right? It's up to you. I'm never going to try to sell you that you should buy my courses or anybody's courses, because that's your decision. But you'll probably learn faster from a course than from YouTube, again, just because of that convenience of where the information is, more easily digestible. So there's levels of that, right? How motivated are you to find what you're looking for? And that depends on the individual. And then the next one is the one-on-one coaching. So one-on-one coaching drawback is going to be the most expensive. The benefit is that it's going to be tailored to your individual strengths and weaknesses. So there's a lot that you can learn by yourself on YouTube. There's a lot that you can learn from courses, which will probably help you to learn faster and better than randomly from YouTube. And then getting private training is probably going to help you learn the fastest, because it's going to be individually coordinated to what you need to do. And that's something, again, if you have enough experience and you know your own learning process, you can probably figure that out. But it's always helpful to have somebody else's eye on things, right? Because it's really hard to honestly critique yourself. So there's a lot you can learn by yourself, but at least every once in a while, it is useful to have somebody else's eye, because they're going to catch something that you can't always, right? Like, for example, editing, writing is a really good example. No matter how many times I edit something, there's always some mistakes that somebody else finds, because apparently it's because you correct your own work without actually noticing the mistakes as you go. So it's an interesting thought. But yeah, there is a benefit to getting private sessions, seminars. I'm trying to do them again. I don't know if COVID killed my business completely or not, so we'll see what happens with that. In-person learning is always a different experience. There's so many things online happening now, and online is convenient, but the reality is that there are limitations to the online medium, not only through the digitization of somebody's voice and presence, but it's just a different learning experience being in the same room with other people looking to learn, and hearing someone through the vibrations in the air, not through the digitization of their voice. So I always, as a teacher, I always try to support other teachers. So if there's any seminars coming in town, I always try to take them. Even if the seminar is not in something that I practice, I think it's still worth seeing somebody's teaching style, seeing how they work with different level students. And then I always say, if you can take a class and you can learn one thing from that class, then it's a success. If you can learn more than one thing, you're good. But yeah, just learning one thing. So there's levels, but ultimately it's about, so coming back to the original question at hand is, how cheap are you, right? How much money are you willing to spend? Number two, how much time do you have? Because learning on your own is going to take more time. Number three, how much motivation, how self-motivated are you towards researching and learning something? Because if you're not, you'll probably benefit more from the in-person training, the one-on-one or the seminars. And do you like the teachers that you learn from, and do you have an intention of helping them to pay their bills and support them financially? And there's no right or wrong answer to that. Like I said, I don't expect anyone to buy my shit, but I appreciate when they do, because then it's easier for me to pay rent and buy good food and all that. So those are my thoughts on learning from, kind of a bit of a rant, I guess. But yeah, those are my thoughts on learning from YouTube versus somebody's online course versus one-on-one training or coaching.